At L&M Fine Jewelry, we hand select our diamonds to give you the very best prices possible. Monty knows a great deal when he finds one. Find your great deal at L&M Fine Jewelry.
Your diamond destination.
What's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. I appreciate you guys tapping in for yet another one of my breakdowns. We are going to be breaking down the Montana versus Western Carolina football game. It was an absolute thriller. The over-under was around 55.5. On here on ESPN Bet, it says it was 57.5. They beat that. There was a ton of points put up in this game. It was a back-and-forth football game. Montana did not start off strong, but, defensively, they bounced back in the second half. Late in the second quarter, they started to bounce back defensively, and they really, shut things down. But when you're playing against one of the best quarterbacks in FCS football, that's what's going to happen. Cole Gonzalez threw for 25 of 47, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception on a tipped screen pass. But, when you look at his completion percentage, you might not think he had a great game, but this dude can absolutely sling it all over the place. He had a receiver who had 229 receiving yards on 8 receptions, DeAndre Tamarez. I don't know if anybody foresaw DeAndre Tamarez going off for a game like this. I think most people would have thought AJ Colombo might have a game like this, but Tamarez definitely set himself apart in this game. Offensively, it seems like Montana has settled on a quarterback. Kali Ayat was the guy taking most of the snaps until late in the second half of the game. He got dinged up. They took him out of the game, and I need to give Logan Fife his flowers. This man was 7 for 10, 58 passing yards, but he had a drive that absolutely iced the game for Montana. He finished it off. I think they ran it in. How did he finish? He made some amazing throws, a 4th down throw, some 3rd down throws. He was slinging it all over the place. It was a really good drive for him. We are going to be breaking down this game. Make sure you guys subscribe right now. Make sure you guys leave me a like. Make sure you guys comment your thoughts about this game down below, and we will get straight into the breakdown. Okay, interesting little tidbit about this game. Western Carolina decided to take the ball. Ended up being a good choice for them, but a lot of teams probably don't do that. A lot of teams, their coach was feeling very confident. He decided to take the ball. They won the toss. They decided to take the ball, and here they started off. They started off the game great. As you can see, Montana starts off by immediately getting pressure on them. Sometimes it's hard to tell these things when you first initially. Sometimes it's hard to tell these things because I'm in the press box, so sometimes it's hard to tell, what you were looking at until the game's over. But, a lot of people thought, the quarterback's just sitting back there. But I think I originally said on the post-game show, I think Montana was getting pressure on him. I think he was just sitting in there and taking the hits. Well, as the game started to progress on, those hits started to play a part on him. But here you go. You see them, really good route by Colombo. They're going to run the switch release, and he's going to run either an in route. It looks like an in. He's not very flat. And then they're going to run a seam from their number 1 receiver, who becomes the number 2 receiver on the switch release. Going to run the seam there. It looks like they're in man coverage. And they're not even bringing a blitz. They're rushing 4. They got some guys playing hooks here in the middle. But, he stood in there. Gonzalez stood in there, took the hit, completed the pass, and, it was a big chunk play to start the game for them. Really, really good start to the game for them. Second play for Western Carolina. The receiver is going to run a stop route, maybe a fallout route at about 8 yards, and he's just going to drop the pass. It was a really good route. Seems to get hitched up here at the top. Maybe a little pull here, tug of the helmet or something at the top of the route, but he's unable to come down with the catch. Here you go, 2nd and 5 for Western Carolina. And they called it was like a neutral zone infraction on Montana that caused the offensive player to jump or something like that. But, Western Carolina had a healthy number of offsides penalties or false start penalties during this game. They're going to run this curl concept here. You get the tight end here. I think this is their tight end, Jake Young. You get him into the flats. You got your number 1 receiver down here who's running the curl. He's going to show up in that curl window after it being vacated. You see Jackson Lee trying to work his way into that window, but he had to honor this across the field deep over. We'll call it a deep over. He had to honor this deep over, and by the time he did, the ball was already out of his hands. And I think that is to Mr. Tamarez. He had a really big day. Really, really big day. 1st and 10 for Western Carolina. Montana's going to bring the corner blitz here. And then it kind of turns into a 3 cloud because you got your third, your third, your third. There's another third over here. There's a safety back here, but they're blitzing Trevor Gradney. He's going to get there, but not before Gonzalez is able to complete the pass. Once again, Montana is able to get pressure on him. You know, he's not just standing. He is standing in there, but he's not just standing in there untouched. He's standing there making a throw and taking a hit. So he was doing really well at that. But one thing, you know, people talk about is it's not about the first hit. It's about the 10th hit. It's about the 15th hit. It's about the 20th hit. And that's what really starts to pay dividends for an offense. Like, once again, look at him. He's standing in there, taking a hit, getting the ball off. This is a shorter completion to Colombo. They're running a wheel route by their running back, a slant. Might even be a bang right here. I think this is Tamara's right here on this. I'm gonna call it a slant. His angle's kind of flat, and then they just run a spot route right here underneath all of it. Good tackle from the Montana defense to rally to that. But once again, he is getting hit. Watch him. He's taking a hit, and he's just standing in there making a throw. So that's already the 3rd hit of the game that he's taken. Funny enough, the Grizz stats said that Montana only had 2 hurries on Western Carolina. I don't know how hurries are calculated, so I couldn't say whether or not that is the case. But you know, only 2 hurries. It seems like they might have got more than that. But here you go, split zone from Western Carolina, and their running back's going to power forward for a first down on 2nd and 6. They've started this drive off really, really well. 12 minutes to go in the quarter. They're already inside, right at the 10-yard line. Cole Gonzalez is going to scramble. Montana's only rushing 3. They're playing a lot of coverage. They got like deep thirds. It's like almost cover 3. And then they got like 5 underneath, only rushing 3. So they're dropping 8. A bunch of underneath coverages, curl flat, hooks in here. And then they're deep third defenders. So they're really trying to lock down everything on the back end. I almost thought this might have been, you know, liable for a late hit. He kind of dove right as he started to slide, so they didn't call it, but I thought that would have been that late hit kind of would have been warranted. There were some times where I kind of did feel like Montana was getting a little bit of home cooking, but you know, that's to be expected when you're the home I mean, I don't know how people feel about that, but you know, there's some calls home teams are going to get at times. They're going to run it right here, another split zone, inside zone play, and they get it to the running back. He powers forward for the touchdown. And Western Carolina takes the very early 7-0 lead. And just like a lot of people had anticipated going into this game, offensively, Western Carolina, their quarterback, really good players, really good team. They know what they're doing. Montana started off the game here with a quick screen to Junior Bergen, which I really did appreciate. You know, he didn't play a bunch last week against Morehead State. Get him involved early. You know, he ended up being their leading receiver. He had 8 receptions, 99 yards, and you know, he'll really show up in that last drive. And this is what I think is so great, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But you know, when the game is on the line, who can you depend on? Who are the players you point to who are going to show up for you? And Junior Bergen ended up being that player. Not only was Logan Fife making the throws that he needed to make, but Junior Bergen was getting open, and he was running some phenomenal routes. And I think it's just a testament to who he is as a player, the work he puts in. But you know, do you show up when the lights are the brightest? And that's something we saw from Junior Bergen. You'll see it later on in this cut up, but really good to get him involved early, get the screen into his hands. He's making a guy miss and, you know, get up the field for about 15 yards. Excuse me. First down, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Eli Gilman's going to, you know, shuffle around here, try to find some room on this inside zone play. Nothing is there. He tries to bounce it out. He's unable to, and he's going to get about 4 yards on first down. 2nd and 6 coming up. A little play action for Ayat. They're going to try to run this. I don't know if this is either a flood concept. I think this is a flood concept. Kind of seems like a flood concept to me. The left tackle is going to get beat. Cannon is going to get beat. Number 6 is going to take a wide arcing rush, and they rushed one of their linebackers late as well. I think after he might have been on the running back, and after he noticed the running back was protecting, that's when he blitzed. Same as these linebackers. These linebackers are playing man. It seems like they're playing man all across. So they got 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're playing really low. I don't want to say zero coverage, but this safety is super, super low. Basically man coverage. Really a third though, because you got him in a third. He's bailing. He's basically your middle high safety, and then you got a third down here. But man, what a play! What a play by number 6 to get to the quarterback. Tough with those linebackers rushing. Essentially they essentially had max protection actually. So I don't know if they should get there, but your left tackle gets beat, and trying to think how he got free. Oh, he got let go by somebody in here. Either way, not good to get a sack. I think that might have been the only sack for Western Carolina throughout that game. Montana, the stats showed that Western Carolina only had 1 sack throughout the game, so that's not too bad to see from Montana there. So here's this play right here. You're running this pivot concept. This is something that Montana runs often. So you got your 10 personnel is in the game, no tight ends in the game. You're running a seam right here by your number 3 receiver, which I believe is Sawyer Racanelli. You're running a pivot route right here by Junior Bergen, and you're running an in route behind with Keelan White. Essentially what you're trying to do is stop him on this pivot route right here and have somebody get in behind him, which is Keelan White, have him work that window behind him. I think Keelan White could have got the ball potentially. I definitely think Junior Bergen is your target right here. He's playing off coverage. He's open now. Give him the ball now. I don't think he chose that side. He might have seen man and didn't think it was the greatest route concept to work. Western Carolina kind of seems like they're trying to disguise it, not majorly, but it seems like they're trying to disguise it a little bit. They're going to rotate into a 1 high. Running backs in man cover. Running backs getting manned up. He runs an angle route, Texas route, whatever you want to call it. He's not super open. I really like Junior here. I think this is where he should have went with the ball. He's got a lot of space. It's 3rd and long, but I think if you give Junior the ball now, right there, when you see him right there before he works out on the pivot route, there's an opportunity for him to get the ball in his hands and make a guy miss and get a first down, especially since it's man covered. So Keelan runs that in route right there. It's just him and this guy. Junior might get the first down and potentially get more. Who knows? But Montana punts it away after that, and it's 1st and 15 for Western Carolina. Drop back pass for Cole Gonzalez. He's going to dump it off to his running back, who gets decent yardage on first down. You got a 2nd and 8. They must have got a false start, starting off with 1st and 15. I took all the false starts and things out of there, all the administrative penalties out of there. But 1st and 15 for them. 2nd and 8 coming up. They hand it off to the running back, who gets a few yards on 2nd down, 3rd and 6. And seems like they're trying to run a mesh. This is all jumbled up, though. It looks like they're running mesh. The way this looks is it looks like they're trying to run mesh. It seems like they don't know who's going underneath and who's supposed to go over top. So that's concerning. But then you got your running back running a stop route right in front of them. They throw one of the meshes. They stop because it's zone covered. So that's, hell of a ball by Cole Gonzalez. That's what I'll say. The routes didn't really look how you probably want them to look, but the ball is right where it needed to be. Low and inside, only my guy's going to get it or nobody's going to get it. Jackson Lee is hanging all over that receiver, and he makes the catch for the first down. Really good ball from Cole Gonzalez. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. Montana is rushing 4. Riley Wilson being that other rusher. Actually, I think that's Vi Cajo actually coming in on that rush. But they're going to take a deep shot. They ran a double move. The camera, the TV copy doesn't get it, but Tamarez, this is his first big reception of the game. They're going to run a stutter and go. I don't even know if Cole Gonzalez pumped it. He didn't, but they run a stutter and go. It seems like Montana's in a cover 6. So cover 2 over here. Quarter, half is what a lot of people call it. Quarter, half field safety and a flat defender down here, which is, I think, Kyan Loud, your freshman corner. But they double move Trevin Gradney down here. He gets beat, and with a better ball, he might walk into the end zone, but he still gets inside the 10-yard line. Really good job from Tamarez and Cole Gonzalez. Now they're inside the 10, just on the 7-yard line. Got a 1st and goal. They're going to throw it to the flats, and, Montana's going to rally. Mr. Rostad struggled making these tackles yesterday on the edges of the defense. You got this one right here, and there was another one that he late in the game that got Western Carolina very close to, brought them back within 3 when it was a 38-35 ball game. There was another play on the sideline similar to this that, Tyson missed the tackle on. So maybe something they need to get worked out. They run it on the next play and they get in the end zone. Western Carolina takes an early 14-0 lead. The crowd was ghost silent at this point in the game. Montana's looking for an answer. Montana's looking for a stop. Their secondary is absolutely getting obliterated at this point in the game. There was a lot going on at this point in the game, and Montana was just looking for some help, man. They were just looking for some help. Here you go. 14-0 lead for Montana, or for Western Carolina. They hand it off, and they're getting tackled after about 4. I think this was Mr. Osmo on the run. Gonna go play action, and he gets pressure immediately. So I don't know who was supposed to have him. Gotta believe maybe the tight end. You actually got, I think you got, no. This is your tackle, Casey, and your tight end down here. Maybe your tight end. He looks like he's trying to help right here. Maybe he might have missed him. Maybe they want to leave him. I don't know. This is a play action. Not so sure what they're trying to hit downfield, but Ayat's going to say the hell with it and scramble and forget about whatever they're trying to hit downfield. This might be a concept that they run often, which is like their take post down here with a deep over. They hit Junior Bergen last year on a ton of deep overs. Western Carolina seems like they're on it right here, though, because this looks like a quarter for half too. So half field safety, flat defender, quarter. You look how it works out, quarter, and then they're playing a half. But that half field safety doesn't have anything underneath him. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna drop and take that take underneath that over. This is really good by this corner. Good to take that away. Really good by Ayat to avoid the sack, scramble, and get the first down. Really good play right there. 1st and 10 for Montana. I don't know if this was supposed to work out like this. Gotta believe it was. It just looks kind of funny, but it's like a misdirection. It's kind of like a pin pull action a little bit. You got the pin down block with your tight end. I think this is your tight end out here. Yeah, you got it because it's 12 personnel. You got a pin down block out here with your tight end. And then also your H-back is getting another pin down block. And then you're pulling your guard and tackle that way. Your right guard and right tackle out to be your lead blockers. It doesn't so much work out how you wanted it to work out. And they get nothing out of it. Gain of no yards right there on 1st and 10. But that's something different that you don't see from Montana a lot. So then they go 13 personnel. You're going to split all your tight ends out as lead blockers, and you're going to run a jet sweep to Xavier Harris. And I don't know. I didn't see it before this, but based off what we can see right here, because they call a holding here, I don't think this is a holding. I think this is just a really good block. Maybe you can see how his jersey's kind of getting tugged, but he's getting beat. He's just getting dominated right there. I can't really stand when refs call that because he wasn't going to make that play. Like, that's a good block. He's just driving him into the ground. The reason you're falling is not because you're getting held. The reason you're falling is because you're getting blocked well. The reason you're falling is because you're getting dominated. I didn't agree with that call. I was confused as to who they called it on when they did call it, but they call it on him and they get taken. They're going to take the run back. Conveniently for Montana, they only got taken back to, I think there might have been a offsides or something, but I think they only got taken back to their original line of scrimmage. They might have even got taken back here because I think it was a very late holding call, like where they deemed the flag happen. They deemed it happen like right there maybe. So, they're going to take them 10 yards back, and that ends up only being 2nd and 5 is how I think it worked out. So then you guys 2nd and 5 coming up. They're going to run a naked boot, and it's a one-man route. You got Keelan White on the one-man route. He's open. This was a miss by Kali Ayat. You got to throw this now. You don't want to wait. He gets open. Keelan White runs a really good route here. Like how he puts his foot in the ground, changes direction, and makes a throwing window for his quarterback. You got to give him the ball now. I mean, and he's throwing it now, but that was a miss by Ayat. I think this was a good route. Honestly, you might even want to throw this a little earlier, like throw that right now when you see he's made his move to evade the defender and he's going to be open. Like, the ball's got to be in the air, because he doesn't have a lot of space on that sideline. But that was a miss by Ayat for sure. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for Montana. Ayat is once again going to look downfield, looking for a receiver to get open. I honestly think, had he not got pressure, he might have saw his receiver here. I think this is Keelan White. Yeah, so they're going to run kind of like their pivot concept, just out of a bunch set. So your point man is going to run the vertical to clear out any of the over the top coverage Trying to see what the coverage is here. This looks like another quarter, half. So you got a quarter, half field safety and a flat defender down here. It definitely looks like quarter, half. But you run your point man through those 2 quarter defenders. They have to respect it. You run that pivot route right here because it's zone. It's essentially zone over here. They're playing 4-over-3 down here. So you take first outside. I take first inside. We got it anything over the top. The vertical defender is going to take them out of there. The spot route eats up that first defender on playing the hook right here. And then, he kind of doesn't honor it. Junior Bergen widens out after that. But, you bring in your in route after that. Had Ayat not got some pressure up the middle from the defensive line of Western Carolina, he might have seen Keelan Whitehair and gave him the ball, potentially right there in that window. But he scrambles. He gets decent yardage. He gets close to the first down, and it makes it a 3rd and 1. They're going to run it, and, I did not like this here. This is a hard block to get, I'm not going to lie, from, gosh, I keep blanking on this tight end's name. Jake Olsen. Jake Olsen, this is a hard block to get. He's basically trying to get across the face of this D end and try to keep him from getting inside there. And then this backer, just fills. This is just a really good play. This is a really good play. They got a lot of guys in the box. They had more men than Montana could block, and they make a play on 3rd and 1. Not even. Okay, this isn't the one I was thinking about. That was actually later in the game on 4th down. But good play here from Nick Osmo. Damn, because Western Carolina did make a good play here. Western Carolina made a damn good play here. That backer's just got to make that tackle. That backer's got to make that tackle. I guess Jake Olsen did everything he could to clear the window for him. Osmo's got to make a play. I feel dumb now after how I was describing the play because I thought it was a different one. Either way, Nick Osmo gets the first down on 3rd and 1. Really good job from him. He's their power. I mean, they all can be considered power backs because Eli Gilman's no slouch either in between the tackles. But Nick Osmo's probably bringing the biggest boom when it comes to that. Here you go. You're going to run a corner concept. So you run a little, we'll call it a hitch. And then you got the corner coming in behind it. And he throws the ball to Keelan. He throws the ball to Junior Bergen, but it's a little low. So he has to go down to catch it. And he's not able to make anything happen after the catch. That's on 1st and 10. You got a 2nd and 5 coming up. They're going to hand it off. And he gets met in the backfield. Very unfortunate right there. So they bring a man. They bring 2 guys. They're basically slanting inside. So this D tackle is going to slant inside. He's going to beat the guard. This end man on the line of scrimmage. This might even be a backer. This might even be a linebacker. He's going to slant inside and beat your tackle. And they're going to meet at the quarterback. Very unfortunate play there from Montana on 2nd and 5. You got a 3rd and 6 coming up. Ayat's going to drop back. And he's going to try to throw the... Looks like a corner curl, almost like a corner, and then you're coming back down the stem basically. One thing I would say on this is if he is supposed to come back down the stem, he genuinely should come back to the quarterback. He's kind of coming back inside, and I don't 100% know. It might be a return route, so he's supposed to go out and then come back in, because I'm trying to see how many yards this is. This is at about 6 yards, so that might actually genuinely be a return route. So he's not supposed to come back to the quarterback. He's supposed to come back inside. It's covered well by this defensive back. He made a good break on the ball, and he's there right when the ball gets there. So, obviously you'd love your best player, Junior Bergen, to come up with this catch. He should come up with this catch, but that's good coverage. That's good coverage right there. They're basically running a cover 1 robber. So cover 1, and then this guy's just robbing any crossers like he tried to right there. Everybody else's man coverage. They're only rushing 4. So you got to win. 3rd and 6, man coverage. You got to win. You expect your best player to win. He didn't make the play right there, and Montana punted it away back to Western Carolina. Here they go. Little play action. Getting that goes flat to your running back, or just a flat to your running back. 2nd and 13 coming up. They're going to run it. Seems like a little stretch outside zone type play, and they're not going to get much on 2nd and 13. 3rd and 12 coming up for Western Carolina, and they get it off to the running back, and he's unable to get the first down. Once again, a little bit of home cooking maybe there. Might have been sort of a late hit from Ryan Tyrrell. They didn't get the call there. The drive continued. They punted away and give it back to Montana. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. You go dropping back, and man, This is the mistake you can't have. They're trying to throw the out here. So this is basically like a spacing concept. You run the out to kind of widen this guy out, and you're running the spot by your tight end to try to, this is honestly not even spacing. This is your stick concept. So you get to it a little different. A lot of times when you have a stick concept, you have like an arrow, and then your tight end runs the stick right there, but they run it out, and then your tight end still running a stick route. He's not very open. Ayat kind of locked in on the out route down here, but, it's a little late, and it's a little inside. It's honestly a really good play from this defensive back to make this play. I mean, a lot of defensive backs have the opportunity to make this interception. They don't always make the play, and he made the play right there. He probably saw there was a lot of defenders over a few receivers over here for them, so he didn't want to go here, but they run a genuine spacing concept up top. OTB, close to an OTB by your inside receiver. Kind of looks like a curl, but it's just a deeper spot route down here from, I believe that's Racanelli. And then you're going to run a swing route, which is your horizontal stretch from your running back. They throw the out route down here, and man, would have been great. Would have been great had they been able to, had that not happened. This is a really good play from this defensive back, but tough play from Ayat. I genuinely thought they were going to take Ayat out after that, and something I've been talking about a lot is if Ayat's your guy, show him that and exemplify that. Leave him in the game. Don't switch back and forth from quarterbacks. Put your trust in him and show him that he truly is your guy and that you guys believe in him, and they did just that, man. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter, and they're going to get stopped at the 30-yard line, man. Here you go, 2nd and 6 coming up, and they get it off to their running back. Not even their running back. What am I talking about? They get it off to their slot receiver, Colombo, on an out route, and he gets the first down on 2nd and 6 after starting with short field. This is when the defense, so the end of the first quarter, this is when the defense really started to stand up because, Western Carolina had really been running through Montana's defense and, not really seeing much resistance, and the defense finally stood up and was like, you guys are going to start off with a short field. This is a miss by Cole Gonzalez. I will say that. Really good route. This is their best receiver. Yesterday, this was their best receiver. I don't know if they consider him their number one. I don't know if that should be the case after yesterday. 230 receiving yards on 8 receptions is absolutely ridiculous, but he's going to win here against Kluswich, and Cole Gonzalez just, throws it a little deep, just a little deep, but, good break there for Montana. You get zero coverage here from Montana, so they're gonna rush. They got 5 receivers out. They're gonna rush 6, and Western Carolina is at empty. They're rushing more than Western Carolina can block. You're hot. You got to get the ball off. And I don't know if they coach this because this is really good. This is something that I don't know if a lot of college teams coach this. I don't know if this was Colombo's route, but you notice zero. I talk about it all the time. There's no high defender. There's no shell. Everybody's low. The middle of the field is wide open. You are the hot, the number 3 receiver. You got to understand where you're hot. You're the hot, and sometimes he could be your hot route. I'm sure Gonzalez, raised by plays under a historic football player out of the SEC, his head coach, and then his dad is also a football coach. Gotta believe that he kind of understood he was going to be hot because he's kind of getting the ball off. He's backing up, understanding, throwing it off his back foot. They drop Pat Hayden out to, kind of play the hot route right there. This is good. This is a good defensive scheme right here from the defensive coordinators of Montana. Tries to drop out. He gets his hand on the ball. That's what you want to happen, but it just ends up popping right into the receiver's hands. They don't get the first down, but a little bit of zero coverage right there, heating up the quarterback, making him make a decision fast. 17-0 lead after the field goal for Western Carolina. 14 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they're going to hand it off to Eli Gilman. And this is going to be a quick drive, really, really quick drive. Eli Gilman is absolutely setting himself apart in this season. He's setting himself apart. He's already up to 450 rushing yards on the season on only about 45 carries. Eli Gilman is averaging 10 yards a carry this season. After 4 games, he's averaging 10 yards a carry. And that's not, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's going to get tackled right outside of first down yardage, be like a 2nd and 8, and they're going to hand it off to him. There's 2 clips here because the TV copy did not catch the first part of this run. Either way, they hand it off to Gilman. He's going to bounce around a little bit, get it outside, and then cuts to the live TV copy, and he's off to the races. The reason I put this, they showed this later on in the game because I didn't know what kind of run they had ran, and I still kind of can't see because I can't see the blocks how they are. I think they ran like a I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, but I can't tell. He gets it to the outside, being very patient. As you can see, he gets the handoff, being very patient, letting his blocks work for him. They get this sealed. Really, these are really good blocks. This is what you want to see. The defense is on the inside. My guys are on the outside with my running back running behind them. This is what you want to see as an offensive coordinator. This is beautiful. I can only imagine what the all 22 of this run looks like. It looks beautiful. You open up that lane, good block on the outside as well. You get another lineman up the field blocking this defender. Your receiver's locked up with somebody. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. And then let your running back do the rest of the work. This is amazing. Amazing speed, and he's in the end zone. Really, really good job. That really opened things up for Montana. A really, really good run right there from Eli Gilman. He's having a great start to his season, as you expect. The Jerry Rice Award winner from last year. He's their workhorse. He's the guy who's gonna, He's going to do it for them a lot of times, and he's got to be that player for them. If he is who he thinks he is, if he is who everybody else thinks he is, it doesn't really matter what everybody else thinks, but it matters what he thinks. And if he is who he thinks he is, those are the things he needs to do. When the team is looking for a spark, are you that guy that's going to give them that spark? And he definitely is. That's what he's been this season. Trevin Gradney, they're going to throw the double post here from Western Carolina. They're running like a corner curl here from their slot receiver. It's a quarter, half coverage. We've been seeing a lot of this. Quarter, half field safety with a flat defender down here. So double posts are really good in quarters because that first post is going to take that middle safety away, that safety playing that seam window. He's going to get eaten up by that first post. And then, you got the other post coming behind him. Cole Gonzalez is going to take a hit here from, I believe, Riley Wilson. So Riley Wilson didn't really show up on the sack totals in this game, but, he was on the quarterback all day. And that's why I think those two quarterback hurries, I don't know if I agree with those, because Riley Wilson was in there a lot. He's out of the game. He's out of this game. He got knocked out of this game for targeting. He's out of the first half of the next Eastern Washington game because of that targeting call. But, he also got a roughing the passer penalty, which I don't know I do agree with it actually because he drove him in the ground, but this was Riley Wilson all day. But also, like I mentioned in the first drive, putting hits on the quarterback. And this hit might have been a reason why Cole Gonzalez kind of missed on this throw, because the receiver's kind of getting open. You would want to throw this upfield. You want to throw him open up this way, and the ball's kind of behind. Trevin Gradney does what he does and makes a play on the ball. Almost had an interception. He had the ball in his hands, but he dropped it. 2nd and 10 coming up for Montana. 2nd and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. They're going to get the screen. Let me tell you right now, this move on, I think, is Hank Noose. My goodness. And watch the quickness. I'm going to let it play, but I just need to see this move one more time. Catch it on the screen. Excuse me. All of Hank Noose's momentum is going that way, but my goodness. Watch it full through, though. Watch the burst from this receiver. Really good job right there from the Western Carolina receiver. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. They're going to drop back. Looks like they're trying to run sort of like I don't know if I'll call it a double post, but like a double post with an over. This is something that a lot of teams run with, your tight end dropping out into the flats after protecting. But they're going to get off to the running back. Montana's playing a lot of coverage. They're only rushing 4. A lot of dudes back in coverage for Montana. Kind of looks like, I don't even want to guess. Either way, they get it off to the running back, who is actually going to drop the ball. So you got to survive the ground. Good play by Ryan Tyrrell. They ended up reviewing this. It was an incomplete pass, bringing up a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 coming up. Cole Gonzalez. Montana, I think, got a few sacks on Cole Gonzalez, but you would have thought they would have been able to get more. But Cole Gonzalez was really good about getting the ball off. This running back, number 6, was really good in pass protection, picking up the blitz. Riley Wilson is probably Montana's best returning pass rusher. I think Hayden Harris might have something to say about that this year. He's already up to 5.5 sacks on the season, right behind Keyshawn James Newby, who has 6. But, for that running back to be able to pick Riley Wilson up over and over again. Granted, Riley Wilson did get to the quarterback a lot of times, but, that running back was stepping in there, taking some hits from blitzing defenders of Montana. 3rd and 10 coming up here from Western Carolina. Once again, not so much zero. They got a 1 high safety here, but once again, he knows he's hot. He's dropping back, trying to get, this quarterback knows what's going on. He's not a dumb player. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders on the line of scrimmage. You believe you're going to have 6 to block. You only got 3 receivers in routes, but he knows he could be hot. So he's throwing it off the back, backing up immediately, not wasting any time standing in the pocket. He tries to get it to his receiver. His receiver is not ready for the ball. I think they could have completed this had his receiver been ready. He might have had to take a hit, but that would have been a first down. His receiver just wasn't ready for it. So they're running a curl down here, curl concept down here. So you got 3-by-1. So you're running a curl concept down here. Your receiver on your deep over. That once again, that number 3 receiver, if you know you're hot as a quarterback, that is your hot route, that number 3. So he really should have given eyes now. He wasn't giving eyes. I don't know if Cole Gonzalez was ready to throw him the ball either, but you really want to give eyes right now. But that's what Cajo is standing waiting for. He's standing there waiting for him to throw something hot now. Yeah, I mean, this is good. This is good. This is good scheme by the Montana defense. Really good schemed up by the Montana defense. On 3rd and 10, they punt it away. They get it back to Montana. Montana's got the ball with a 17-7 deficit. Going to run it on first down to Osmo. He's not going to get much. 2nd and 9. They're going to throw the slant to Aaron Fonts. He runs a really good route. Real physical with that defensive back. On the diamond release, outside, swim back inside, throw him by. We call this a flyby. Throw him by, get back inside, and he makes the catch short of first down yard. Bring it up a 3rd and 1. They're going to run it to Osmo, Nick Osmo on 3rd and 1, and unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get there. Little inside zone. He's going to try to cut back, and nothing is there. Nothing is there. Absolutely nothing is there. They punt it away. West Carolina's got the ball back on 1st and 10, and they run it. Good run there from West Carolina. 2nd and 6 coming up. A little blitz coming in, and they're going to throw the deep over to their inside receiver, Mr. Tamarez. So this is, you know, a really, really good concept. Basically, you run a deep over, deep inside post, maybe even with your number 1 receiver out of the tight bunch set, even a switch release. Yeah, so switch release. And then you got Colombo coming in on the in route behind him. He's not really, I mean, he might have been open, but Cole Gonzalez had his mind set up with throwing this deep over route. Maybe even it might be a cover 3 here for Montana. So this might be Trevin Grady, who might also need to be back there. If Trevin Grady might be playing it right, you know, he bit down on this short route by this receiver, but you know, he might have responsibilities behind him. It ends up being basically a man with that high safety taking it, but it looks like they're in a cover 3. So Trevin Grady really should be back there taking that, but he got eaten up with this low route down here. Big reception. Great tackle from Jackson Lee, but big reception for Tamarez and Cole Gonzalez of Western Carolina. Really, really good job. Here you go. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. Just over past midfield for Montana. They're going to try to run a screen here. And Trevin Grady, it might even have been like a cat blitz, and he just happened to be there. It was a cat blitz because you see, I mean, indicators. Why are you so far off the hash? Why are you so low? I mean, I get it might be quarter, half, but sometimes on quarter, half, like, and this might just be really good film study from Trevin Grady. I have no idea. It seems like a cat blitz to me because the way he immediately triggers right at the snap, and then he just happens to be there for the screen. Gonzalez is going to dirt it, and it brings up a 2nd and 10 for Western Carolina. Little play action there on the option, read option kind of, and on the boot even. Not naked boot, but the boot, because they have the tight end blocking out in front of them. Tight end's eventually gonna you know, post up after blocking, and they're gonna get the pass to him. Really good job there from Western Carolina. 3rd and 2 coming up for Western Carolina, and they're gonna hand it off to the running back, who's gonna get really good yardage here on this outside zone play. Outside zone. This is usually like a read option type play because he usually has the option to pull that, and then you'd have your receiver out here on the flats. But he hands it off on the outside zone. Really good blocks from their guys. Maybe even been a better play had number 4 actually blocked. He didn't. They get inside the 25-yard line, though. Really, really good run there. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. Got your running back. This was one of the first early misses of Cole Gonzalez, just blatant misses right here. Your running back's really open here on the out route. He probably had an option to go in or out. He decides to go out, and Cole Gonzalez just kind of missed him. Just kind of missed him, man. Just kind of missed him right there. Here you go, 2nd and 10 coming up. Gonna hand it off to the running back, and Riley Wilson is right there, Johnny on the spot to make a play. right there, Johnny on the spot. Really, really good physical play from Riley Wilson. Bringing up a 3rd and 10.
In the Treasure State, University of Montana football is a way of life. Lithia Ford has long been a proud sponsor of Grizz football, and Lithia Ford of Missoula is thrilled to have several of the best Montana football seniors driving the best trucks in Montana. Aspen Sound is the premier car audio and accessory shop in Montana. Aspen Sound makes sure the boys are riding in style with tinted windows and state-of-the-art stereo systems. There's always a party in Montana. Whether you're going to a concert, a wedding, or a football game, the Montana Party Bus will get you there. Skyline Sports and ESPN MT cover the Big Sky with more depth than anyone. Check out SkylineSportsMT.com and tune in to Nuanez Now on 1029 ESPN Missoula every day. My Montana Roots and Wear Your Roots clothing is your go-to spot for the most unique and comfortable lifestyle clothing you'll find anywhere. And get your custom t-shirts to support your favorite player. From 5 local businesses who love Montana, best of luck to the Grizz as they pursue another Big Sky Conference championship.
For Western Carolina, they're going to drop back and pass interference once again. So this has become kind of a problem for Ronald Jackson this season. He's in phase. He just needs to turn his head around. He does not turn his head around. I mean, you got to trust yourself. Trust what you're seeing from this receiver. When this receiver goes to make a play on the ball, he's smart by trying to jump through you because they're going to call that every time when your head's not turned around. That's a pass interference, man. You raked his arm down early before the ball was there. You interfered with him. That is 100% pass interference. Ronald Jackson has been 4 for 4 this season on pass interference calls. It's become a genuine problem for Montana's defense. You know, I think offenses are going to start to understand that if you throw the ball up to him in man coverage, you're going to be able to get a pass interference call because he never gets his head around. You're in phase. Make the interception, man. Reward yourself for playing good coverage. Trust yourself, but pass interference call. Here you go. 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line for Western Carolina off the 6-yard line. They're going to run the rub route, and it's so funny that they ran this because this is something I went to the quarterback club with a friend of mine last week, and Coach Houck talked about the rub routes right here that they're running. Montana's obviously going to run man down here in the goal line. They do run man with they're running man, basically, man all across the board, and they're running this rub concept, and the tight end needs to disguise it a little more. You know, this does not look very, very discreet. You know, you can get away with these at times, but this is just so blatant. They throw the flat route to Colombo, who gets in the end zone, but that gets called, and, you know, Colombo saw the flag getting thrown too. He sees it. He understands. He's like, dang it. He didn't even celebrate. So they take them back 15 yards, which is a brutal penalty for them. He gets it off to his running back on 1st and goal. His running back's going to get bent up right here. I mean, this had to hurt. He gets tackled right outside the 10-yard line on the 13. 2nd and goal coming up. And another miss by Cole Gonzalez. You know, another miss. Just missed your guy a little bit, man. Running the return route with your receiver down here. Out of man coverage. He's open. Just got to get the ball to him. Might not have gotten a ton of yardage after the catch, but, you know, he's open. Got to put the ball on him. Couple of early misses from Cole Gonzalez. 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and goal coming up for Western Carolina. And the quarterback's sitting back there, you know, indecisive. They're only rushing 3. Montana's dropping a bunch into coverage. Once again, 3 deep defenders, 5 underneath, 5 playing underneath, and, you know, just hunting out there. They get Colombo open on the, seems just to be a spot route. He tries to separate. Gonzalez sees him, but he's got a little pressure from Hayden Harris in his face, and he's throwing it off his back foot and is unable to get the ball to him. They're going to kick the field goal, taking the 20-7 lead over Montana. 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Here you go. Hand it off outside on the jet sweep to your receiver, Xavier Harris, and he gets upfield for about 13 yards. Here you go. You go quick and throw the tight end screen. I don't know if this is how they wanted it to work out, but they get the tight end screen to Eric Barker, and he gets forward for about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for Montana. 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Got the spot route. Really good concept right here. So you run the spot, you run the corner with your tight end on the inside, and then you run the horizontal stretch with your running back. So you got to trust your eyes. Racanelli does a really good job. He stops before that the defender widens with the spot route. Ayat sees it as well. Get the ball to him now. Really good job there. Really good job there. You go 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. Run a little inside zone. Not even inside. This is power. Run a little power with your backside guard pulling. Running power. Little gap scheme in there. Eli Gilman's going to bounce it out. Racanelli is unable to get that corner. They're playing what seems to be maybe another quarter half. You know, that corner's playing low once again. Racanelli's not going to waste time on him. Get upfield and get a block. He gets a block on that safety, and Eli Gilman gets upfield for about 20 more yards. Really good job. Was that about 10, 15, maybe about 20 yards. 2nd and 9 coming up for Montana. And they're going to run the reverse to Aaron Fonts. Really good timely call for Montana. You know, pulling your guard around, making it look like power, getting your tight end. Not even, who is this? Oh, getting your center and tackle out, blocking out in front of him. And they're doing good work, man. Doing good work, getting blocks. And Aaron Fonts is going to get down. I think this is like a 29-yard run. Down inside the 10-yard line. Really, really good job. You go roll out, boot for Ayat. He's looking for somebody. You know, you had potentially Keelan White coming over, but there's a lot of trash in front of him on that. So he's not going to let the ball go. He's going to scramble and run and get tackled down inside the 1-yard line. Really, really good job from Ayat. They sneak it the next play, and Ayat gets into the end zone for the touchdown, making it a 20-14 ball game with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Really, really good job. Montana's fighting back after not starting the game off very hot. Little run inside. 2nd and 6 coming up for, and then once again, another miss from Cole Gonzalez. Not a ton of pressure on him. Not really any pressure on him. Just throwing it off his back foot. Not really setting his feet. And this is something you notice from him sometimes when you watch some of the games. Like sometimes like he's not under pressure and his mechanics just aren't great. I'm not a quarterback guru. I don't coach quarterbacks, but I know you would love him to step into this throw as somebody coaching quarterbacks. Like, that's just how they teach it. That's good technique, and that probably would have led him to completing this passes. This is tight end. No, this is running back. No, this is Colombo. This is Colombo. Colombo is open there. You know, you got to get the ball in his hands. You got to complete that. 3rd and 6 coming up for Western Carolina. Montana's going to bring some pressure, man pressure at that. And, you know, another miss from Gonzalez. His receiver's open there on 3rd and 6. He does take a hit, and they do end up calling. This is where they called the roughing the passer right there on Montana. I put the clips on there afterward, but he did drive him into the ground. He 100% did drive him into the ground. It was the right call. They should have called it. Thought Gonzalez was honestly hurt more than a little more. Like maybe he broke his collarbone right there. I've done that before. Falling on when somebody's weight on you, falling on your shoulder like that can be an AC joint, a collarbone. But you know, he was very hurt. He might have genuinely hurt his AC joint. You know, he was hanging his arm down pretty low after that, but you know, it's off his non-throwing arm, so he might have been okay. 1st and 10 after the roughing the passer penalty. They're not going to get much on 1st down. 2nd and 15 coming up for him. Dropping back, and your receiver just doesn't see the ball coming. Might not have expected it. Might have been coming in hotter than expected. He's got to make that play. It's your tight end. Got to make that. 3rd and 15 coming up for Western Carolina. Dropping back, and on 3rd and 15, one-on-one with Mr. Ronald Jackson Jr., Tamarez is going to make the big-time 61-yard touchdown reception. Really good tracking of the ball. Really good late hands here from Tamarez. Everything about this is really good. Holding the line, not fading away before the ball gets there. You hold your line. Quarterback puts the ball up. It's not even a prayer. This is a really, really good ball from Gonzalez as well. I mean, you see some of the throws you see from Gonzalez throughout the game, and it's like, what are you doing, man? Like, but then you see something like this, and it's like, this is beautiful. Really good route from the receiver. Really good ball from the quarterback. Like, this is beautiful. Watch this tracking of the ball. Watch this, how he plays this. Ball's in the air. Late hands. So the defensive back doesn't know when to throw his hands. Late hands, right as the ball gets there. Late hands. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One more time. Throw the ball up and get the best look here. He slows down too because he understands where the ball is going to end up. This is really good ball tracking skills by this receiver. Really good ball skills. Get your hand. He's putting his hands on you. You can put your hand on him. Late hands. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is beautiful, man. Late hands. And it's a touchdown. Look at the ROTC, guys. Surrender Cobra. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he said, oh no, look at this guy. Oh no. 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 Western Carolina takes a 27-14 lead with 1:40 to go in the second quarter. Montana's got the ball back after the kickoff, and they throw the in route. They're running this pivot route down here once again. Keelan White's going to get open. Ayat's going to see him, put the ball low where your guy's getting it or nobody's getting it, and they make the first down catch. 1st and 10 coming up. They're running the pivot route again at the bottom. And then up top, they're running a deep over, maybe even a post, inside bang post, horizontal stretch here, but you're running a curl down here with your receiver. He's not going to get it to him. He gets out of bounds on the swing route. And here you go. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ayat's going to scramble on 2nd and 8. There you go. Bringing up a 3rd down. 3rd and short. Going to get the ball off to your receiver, Racanelli, on the slant. And it's a good ball. He's open. It's a good ball. Looks like they're running like slants with a box route in down here. But it's man coverage from West Carolina. So somebody's going to win. 3rd down. Money down. They do. Ayat puts the ball on him. Really good job right there on 3rd and 2. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. And they're going to get it off to Junior Bergen on what seems to be like a flat route. Yeah, an arrow route down here. Might be a curl concept up top. Yeah, it's a curl concept. So arrow route by the number 2 receiver. Late hit right there from Western Carolina at 100. I mean, once you watch the replay, besides him just picking his leg up like that, which probably is where the late hit came from, he didn't really do much. He didn't touch him after that. He fell. But they end up getting the late hit, unnecessary roughness on Western Carolina. And then they also got unsportsmanlike on the sidelines. It wasn't on the coach. That's distinct. There's a distinction there because he did end up getting an unsportsmanlike later on in the game, but they get an unsportsmanlike right there on the sidelines. And they're going to run the read option with the arc from the tight end down here. So he's acting like, it looks like split zone, but he's not going to block that in man on line of scrimmage. He's really arcing, and I guess they could hand this off essentially to the running back, but the quarterback also has an option to pull it. And with that option to pull it, he ends up having a lead blocker with the tight end who does work, really good work, and they get in the end zone. Really good job from Eric Barker. Really, really good job from Callie Ayat for them to get in the end zone. Great job. Making it a set 27-21 ball game for Montana. Good job there. Once again, Cole Gonzalez has got he's got more pressure than he has had on some of these throws. Got a little pressure, throwing it off his back foot, and, his arm might have got hit right there. But anyway, the ball's low and not really getting there. 1st and 10 coming up. Oh, same play. Is play on here twice? Oh, it is. Wow. Okay. Either way, you got a 2nd and 10 coming up. Dropping back and trying to throw the bang route down here to your receiver, and he's really open. Ball just is a little early. There was a little pressure coming in from Riley Wilson, who was bearing down on this quarterback all day. He's not able to complete that, but that was a good window for that ball to be, had to get it in when he had to get it in, though, because you got this defender coming in over, not too bad right there. At a cover 3 for Montana. Cover 3 coverage for Montana. It's a good route concept in cover 3. You want to get to that seam window is usually there at a cover 3. It's there. The ball's they're just not on the same page. 3rd and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. And he's not going to be able to complete looks like a deep over to your tight end, which you're trying to hit. They're running like crossers. So you got a post down here from your number 1 receiver down here, a post, and then you're basically running like crossing overs. And then you got an under coming in underneath down below all of it, which isn't going to really help you because you're looking for 1st down yardage. It looks like a cover 3 double cloud here, kind of. Trying to see what defender this is out here. Is this a safety or a corner? I think this is a safety, but it might be 3 cloud weak. So this is the weak side of the field. You got 3 receivers over here, 3 cloud weak. This is definitely cloud, third and a third, and then you got some hooks underneath. Yeah, so a hook. He might be, a curl flat defender, but 3 double cloud weak really is what it seems to be. And they throw the over. It might not be 3 double cloud weak though, because he does carry it. It might be like a 4X coverage. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Either way, they try to throw the deep over. Cole Gonzalez, pocket's kind of closing in on him. Doesn't got a ton of pressure, but he's incomplete. He had somebody underneath, so he had to try to layer that ball in there. He wasn't able to. On 3rd and 10, they punt it away to Montana. Montana's got 30 seconds left. 1st and 10 coming up. Throw the out route to Racanelli. Got a 2nd and 7 coming up. 26 seconds to go. This was a hell of a throw. I mean, let me tell you right now. This is when Ayat really sets himself apart from Logan Fife. No disrespect to Logan Fife. Logan Fife played a great game, but you got your best receiver right here. 2nd and 7. You need a play to you're trying to get into field goal territory. Western Carolina is going to run, really looks like 2-man here. So you got 2 high safeties, man covers. These guys are playing inside leverage, so they're feeding you into those safeties. They're rushing 5 actually, but you're protecting with 6. You should have that protected. Your guard lets somebody go right here and lets them get a free run to the quarterback. I mean, on the spin move right here, come on, dog. But too high, 2-man coverage. Ayat's gonna step back on his back foot, put this ball on a rope to Junior Bergen, who makes a great catch. Gets a lane in there. The inside of the field is open if you can get there with that 2-man. So those safeties are really getting off of those hashes, trying to play over top of those receivers. The middle of the field becomes open. You just got to get there. Those corners are playing hard. Defensive backs are playing hard inside leverage. They're funneling you into those safeties. And Junior Bergen finds a way to win inside after taking the outside release. And it's a great ball from Cali Ayat. Here you go, right here, off his back foot. Just beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is beautiful. You can't hand it to him any better. Right there. Beautiful. Great job. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. And Ayat's going to scramble and barely get the ball off after not seeing anybody downfield. Once again, Western Carolina was running 2-man here, trying to play inside leverage, trying to force these receivers into those safeties. That's what they're trying to do. Nobody gets open. Ayat's having trouble finding somebody open in that. 2-man is a really good coverage when you're, trying to keep somebody away from the end zone. Once again, 2-man once again. And if anybody, he's got maybe Junior Bergen, but Junior Bergen's not even really open. That's a really good defense by this defensive back. They know they have that safety help, so, good route down here from Aaron Fonts, though. Playing that inside leverage. Ayat gets the ball out to him low and away where only he can catch it. Really good right here. This is really good right here. There's some throws on here that just, you see him and it's like, ball might be a little late, but nonetheless, it gets to your receiver. I don't know if they counted that as out of bounds. He was down inbound, so the clock's going to keep running after they set the ball, after they move the chains. So Coach Houck called a timeout. Once again, 2-man. This safety is getting immediately off of that hash, which they've been doing on this drive. They ran 2-man basically this whole drive. He's going to try to take a shot to Fonts. Fonts takes the speed release, doesn't waste any time. You know what they're playing. Get outside, get now, get vertical, but that safety is over top. So Ayat really, left it really outside. Good by Ayat not to put the ball in harm's way. Montana kicks the field goal, but it's unsuccessful. It was wide right from the kicker of Montana. And it remains a 6-point game going into halftime. Montana gets the ball back to start the second half. 21-27 ball game. Little naked boot here. You got the flat route to Aaron Fonts, and really that's who's supposed to get the ball. He's catching it behind the line of scrimmage so your receivers can block upfield, which they do. And Aaron Fonts, as he does, tries to hurdle somebody. Really good block here from Junior Bergen. Really good block. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. They're going to throw the hide route to their tight end, who gets it and gets upfield for a first down. Really good job. They started off this drive really hot. 3rd and 6 coming up for Montana, though. And they get it to Aaron Fonts on the widened under, not even widened under, like a widened in route, you know, so they're running a tight bunch. Once again, Racanelli's really clearing out the space for him, and Aaron Fonts is coming underneath him, underneath that route, and he's not able to get the first down. 3rd and 6, 4th and 1 coming up. This is the play I was thinking about. So first off, seems like a neutral zone infraction. I don't know. Definitely seems like a neutral zone infraction. They didn't call it. I don't know if that's what caused them to not get this, but, you know, seems like an inside zone. You know, once again, Jake Olsen's just trying to cut off cross face of this end man on the line of scrimmage. He's not even the end man on the line of scrimmage with this D end right here. He's trying to cross his face. Maybe another jump right there. I don't know. Definitely seems like an offsides right there. I don't know. They were definitely in the neutral zone. Either way, a lot of men close to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to stop them on 4th and 1. Tough play for Montana. There you go. First down for Western Carolina. They're going to hand it off to their running back, who gets outside and gets decent yardage. It feels like something's tickling my nose. That's why I keep grabbing my nose. It's really bugging me. I don't know what it is. 2nd and 3 coming up for Western Carolina. And they get first down yardage. Here you go. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. They throw the angle route to their running back, and he gets upfield for first down, starting their first drive of the second half off really well for Western Carolina. Montana's going to get the sack, and this ended up being a forced fumble for Hayden Harris. Ended up being a forced sack fumble for him because Cole Gonzalez did fumble the ball there. He recovered it, but, you know, really good rush there from Hayden Harris. Let's watch it all the way from the onset. He's out here, wide out here on the outside. Good move on that tackle. You know, you see a little jab inside and then swimming underneath those arms and getting to the quarterback. Really, really good job there from Hayden Harris. 2nd and 16 coming up for Western Carolina. And they're going to try to throw the screen to their running back. And they're going to get maybe, I guess they gave him 4 yards right there on 2nd down. 3rd and 12 coming up. And almost an interception for Cajo. He might have ran for a touchdown right here. But once again, so you got this is basically, I don't want to call it zero. It's not zero, but they're playing man coverage on 3rd and long. Playing not even man coverage. It kind of looks like quarters. You know, like quarter. But you got your guy down here playing what seems to me, man, this really looks like quarters, but you're dropping your guys out underneath what would be a hot, because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, they look like they might be bringing potentially 6 defenders, but a couple of them drop out, and then Cajo's right there for the interception where you want him to be, and didn't make the play. Might have ran for days. You know, he's got an open lane right here to run. I don't know if Gonzalez might have caught him. Maybe Tamarez might have caught him. They got some fast guys on that West Carolina team. Either way, I don't know if they kicked the field goal. I can't remember. I think they kicked the field goal, and I think they missed. I believe they missed the field goal there. But either way, you're going to hand it off to your running back, Eli Gilman here. He's going to get about 3 yards on first down. 2nd and 7 coming up. Little play action. Dropping back. And dang. Might have had a chance to hit Junior Bergen here. He ran a good route on the corner. Might have been open. But it's going to scramble and try to hit the running back. A lot of people wanted a pass interference here. I didn't like it. I didn't think he contacted him that much. I didn't really think it was a pass interference. Either way, incomplete on 2nd and 7. Bringing up a 3rd and 7. Little drop back pass from Ayat. And they're trying to run the curl concept here. Got your horizontal stretch. Got your point man pushing through all the overtop coverage. Got a quarter, half here. Quarter, half field safety, flat defender. They're rushing what seems to be rushing 5 here. And Ayat's going to scramble and get the first down. Really, really good job there. 1st and 10 coming up. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. And they get decent yardage there. Decent yardage on 1st and 10. Really, really good job. Really, really good job there. There you go. 2nd and 5 coming up. Drop back pass for Ayat. And he's going to find Junior Bergen late. Kind of looks like it's kind of getting held. You know, he's trying to get inside. That defender's just doing everything he can to keep him from getting inside. Once again, looks like a quarter, half coverage. Quarter, half. Field safety and a flat defender. They're really low, so it looks a little different. But I believe that's cover 6 once again. He tries to get to Junior Bergen. The ball's a little behind, and he's not going to be able to complete it on 2nd and 5. Almost could have been an interception. You know, that defender was right there. If that defender would have been ready for it, could have been devastating for Montana. 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Going to try to throw a deep shot to Aaron Fonts on 3rd and 10. Puts the ball up. Ball hangs up there a little bit. Aaron Fonts has an opportunity to make the catch. He does not make the catch. Tough break for Montana there. The ball gets jarred loose late in that. They punt it away, and it remains a 27-21 ball game. Montana gets pressure on Cole Gonzalez here, and Otluski comes in with the sack. So watch the rush here from Otluski. He's going to come from depth a little bit and put an amazing move on this guard. Amazing. I mean, just great hands right here to swipe the hands of the guard away. The guard barely touches him, and Otluski basically goes to the quarterback untouched. Really good rush here from Otluski. Really good rush. Really, really good rush there. Once again, really good rush there. Great. I mean, this is great hand work. When they're working those bags with the hands and they're, that is what they're, and then they do the swipe. I was never a pass rusher, so I don't 100% know, but this is really, really good. Really good right there from Otluski. The film kind of freezes a little bit, but great job right there from Otluski. Really, really good job. 2nd and 16 coming up for Western Carolina. Going to try to run the stretch. Really looks like stretch here. And he's cutting back and getting decent yardage, man, on 2nd and 16. Ended up being a 3rd and 6. Drop back pass for Cole Gonzalez. And he's going to try to scramble, and it's not going to be enough. Montana's playing coverage here on the back end. They're going to try to get it to, looks like Tampa 2 here from Montana. So you got 2 half-field safeties, your Tampa defender, your Grizz, which ends up being, I think that's Jackson Lee. And then once again, you got more hook coverage. So he's your deep middle defender, but then you got a hook here, a flat defender from your corner, and a flat defender here from your top corner on 3rd and 6, and they're going to rally to make the tackle. Really, really good job there. Montana's going to get the ball back. 1st and 10, and this is blocked up really well. Power run here. So blocking everybody down, pulling that guard around. He gets a good block, and it opens up the window. Great job. This is really good job right here. And once again, too, you got to have good receivers who want to block, who want to get involved. He comes down to crack that safety, and it opens the hole and window up perfectly. Really good job here from this backside safety to recognize. I think this is like their nickel defender or their rover, whatever. This guy made a play, because had he not, this was going to be a touchdown for Eli Gilman. Another long, what would that have been? That would have been another, like 65? 64-yard touchdown? It was going to be a big play. And that guy walked Eli Gilman down, not before he got inside the 10-yard line. Really, really good job there from Montana. Really good job. Watch it here. So Liam Brown is going to do good work. These guys on this double team working up to that 2nd level. Liam Brown, the tight end out here, blocking that guy down, opening that window up for your guard. Your guard gets upfield, gets a shoulder, opens it. This is the hole you want. This is what you want it to look like. And your guard, Journey Grimser, gets up to that 2nd level on that backer. This is how you want it. I mean, this is beautiful. Double team here, up to that backer, gets on that backer. Your guard kicks that guy out on the pull, which he should. Eli Gilman is very, very patient in the backfield with it to work it out. That hole opens up. You got your crack block from your receiver on that safety. That is beautiful. And the hole opens wide open like it should. That is a offensive coordinator's dream right there. This is the offensive coordinator's dream right there. I'm sure the all-22 looks way better than what I got right here. But oh my gosh. Really, really good work right there. Good work right there. Here you go. 1st and goal coming up. They're going to try to throw the fade route to Aaron Fonts. Maybe a little high right there. But brings up a 2nd and goal. Here you go. They get the pop pass wide open. And I know he's made some decent throws off his back foot, but you would love for him just to set his feet, trust what you're seeing also. You know, he's pumping it a little bit right there. Pause. You know, like not trusting it, and then airmails it over the guy's head. He's wide open. All you gotta do is float it in there. Just shoot it. Like, just go there. Like, he's wide open. Nobody's even within 5 yards of him. Got to get that ball to him on 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. They're going to run the read option once again with the arc block, lead block from your tight end. He gets a block. Ayat's going to dive for the end zone, and that defender, number 5, who I think is a safety, is going to put a hit on him. Ayat seemed like he was hurt big time there. He's going to stay down for a little bit. It ended up being a touchdown, but he might have been a little bit more hurt than people thought from that hit. Either way, they get the touchdown. Montana takes the 1-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Going to try to throw the screen, and this is when the tides started to turn for Montana. Well, the tides had really been turning since, midway through the 2nd quarter. Hey, what's up, Ace? They've really been turning for Montana midway through the 2nd quarter, but right here is really when it's going to turn around for Montana. So they're going to try to run this screen here. Kind of, they're going to try to run this screen here. It kind of looks like a cover 2 type coverage. You got a flat defender here, cover 2, but Trevin Gradney's going to trigger once he sees this screen, and by doing that, he's right there on the spot for the tips or overthrows, this one being a tip, and the ball falls right into his hands. Really, really good play there. Really, really good play there. They might not have been able to take a big look, and, I think Ayat got concussed on that last play, on that touchdown. The reason he might have came out for another drive because it was a quick turnaround. So they might have been on the sidelines looking at him. I think when they showed the TV copy, it looked like he was pointing at his shoulder. They might not even got to get to his head injury yet by the time they went back out there, and he's back out there. They're going to try to throw the double pass. First pass is a little low to Ryan Simpson. He's going to pick it up and come on, Simp. I don't know how much throwing you did in high school, Simp, but come on, Ryan. Incomplete pass from Ryan Simpson. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10 coming up for Montana. They're going to get the ball to Keelan White on what looks to be a spot route. So, horizontal stretch, not even. So, I'm not so sure what they're trying to run here. Because they got this guy here who looks like he's trying to block. So maybe he's a lead blocker for the swing route. But then you got this spot concept happening out in front. But the swing route also functions as a horizontal stretch, which it does. They get the ball out to Keelan White, who gets upfield for close to first down yards. I think they marked him a little short. 3rd and 1 coming up. They hand it off to Nick Osmo, who gets outside and gets the first down.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Once again, this seemed like offsides. This seemed like a neutral zone infraction. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that this is a neutral zone infraction. This is the one that you could see Coach Houck was pretty upset about afterward, but they're going to hand it off. And I, once again, don't know if the neutral zone infraction was what caused this play to not be successful. They bring a cat blitz out here. Excuse me. They bring a cat blitz out here, and he really gets there untouched. But, you would love for them to call that neutral zone infraction. Either way, I put this play on here twice again as well. Either way, that brings up a 2nd and 12. And they're going to run a little mesh down here. Mesh concept with the OTB. Probably could have hit the OTB, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if the pressure caused him not to get there, but this OTB is here. He's there. That's the throw you got to make. That was a throw. He's going to scramble and almost get in the end zone for the touchdown. Almost, but he does. I think he got a first down. Yeah, I think he got enough yards for the first down, which is honestly crazy given that the first down was on the 1 yard line. He gets inside the 1. They quarterback sneak it, and he gets into the end zone for his 4th touchdown, being a Montana record. 4 rushing touchdowns is a record for a quarterback at Montana. That's also the first time that's happened since 2013. The last player to do it was Jordan Canada in 2013. Really good job for Ayat. He really, blossomed yesterday as a runner. Had a really good game yesterday, though. Had a really good game. 1st and 10. Run for Western Carolina. About 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Another run inside from Western Carolina. They're going to get tackled right short of the first down. 3rd and 2. They're going to run what looks to be split zone. I don't even know if it's split zone. This tight end's kind of functioning as a lead blocker. Montana seems to stop him short, but I think they gave him the first down. 1st and 10 coming up. And this was very unfortunate. As you can see before the play, Trevor Gradney has no idea what he's doing. I remember watching this from the press box, and he was very confused there. I think it's a man coverage, like a one-high man coverage. I think they're trying to play man, so really you got him, but he doesn't know what the call is. I don't think that really matters. He gets beat on a double move. They double move him with the stutter and go, and he bites on the stutter. And once after the stutter, he kind of just runs into him and widens him out of bounds. I think that's a pass interference. He's impeding but he's looking at the ball. I don't know. This was a weird one. He is looking at the ball, so I don't know but he did impede the receiver from getting there. They called it. They get the 15 yards off of it. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. They run the reverse double pass, and once again, Trevor Gradney, you're not going to be able to see it on TV copy, but I remember watching him. He was staying back. He was staying back. And then when they threw that pass, he came and bit down. You can see him right there, bit down. And then when he realized, oh shoot, he's like, let me get back. It's too late at that point. Good for Montana that this is a receiver throwing this and not a quarterback, because Tamares was just waiting on the ball, just waiting on it. Good hustle from Trevor Gradney to get back there. Good play from Jackson Lee to be there, but that's a big time play. I'm surprised they did not call unsportsmanlike right there. This is absolutely, he's standing over him. This is unsportsmanlike, man. This is unsportsmanlike. There's no way they didn't call that. Either way, 1st and 10, a minute to go in the third quarter. And they're going to run the deep over, and man, it really seems like he kind of had it. That safety's kind of rerouting him. You definitely got this other deep over down here. So you're going to run deep over crossers. So you got your X receiver down here. He gets open. And I know he's disappointed that he did not get the ball. He's putting his hand up. He was wide open. That could have been a touchdown. Missed play right there from Mr. Cole Gonzalez. He's got pressure in his face, though. The accumulative hits from Montana are playing their toll. They're going to bring the blitz from Jackson Lee late. He gets there, and it causes an incompletion for Western Carolina. 2nd and 10 coming up. They're going to hand it off inside to the running back. Really good tackle there from Riley Wilson. Really good tackle there. He's coming in right here. He's going to get there. He's going to come in contact with the guard, maybe guard and center, and make the tackle. Really good job from Riley Wilson. 3rd and 6 coming up. And man, this should have been a touchdown for West Carolina. They get a good matchup with a defensive end, not even a defensive end, a linebacker of Garrett Husted, who mostly is blitzing. He doesn't really cover a lot. You don't put him on the field to play coverage. He's going to get caught up with a running back, and he's got a window. But once again, Cole Gonzalez has pressure, and this might have even been a hold here from this tackle. That could have justified a hold. He kind of impeded him from getting there to get pressure on the quarterback. Riley Wilson is in there as well, as he had been all game, getting pressure in there on the quarterback. That might even be Riley Wilson there on the outside. No, it's not Riley Wilson. They get pressure on the quarterback. The running back's open, though. Running back should score there. And this might even have been a missed pass interference call. The way they called that game, he does not turn his head around to get to the ball. The receiver tries to jump through him. He's not able to get to the ball because of the defender. That is like textbook pass interference, and they don't call it, but they called some of the other ones. So a little confused there from some of the calls these refs made. Fife is in the game at this point. 15 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Fife is going to play a good game. Fife is going to do some really good things in this game. They hand it off to Nick Osmo on 1st and 10. Who gets this isn't 1st and 10. This is 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. He gets the first down. Here you go. 1st and 10 coming up. little play action here. They're really going to have Keelan White open over the top on this post. So they're running their post with a deep over concept. Racanelli coming over on the over. Racanelli was really going to be open on this over. It looks like that defender saw it, but he's not able to react on it fast enough. And Racanelli, that's really the throw there. They have nobody else in the route besides their swing route down here. It really got to be Racanelli. He wanted to take the deep shot. He threw it 10 yards over his head, 5 yards over his head. Unable to complete it. Got to take the easy one on the over. The overs are something that you probably hit most times in practice. You're not throwing the post a lot of times in practice. You're throwing this over. Hit the over, man. Hit the over. 2nd and 10 coming up. Inside zone. Nick Osmo is starting to wear on these defenders. They are not wanting to tackle late in this game, and that's what happens when you got a bruiser like Nick Osmo. He's lowering his shoulder, running behind his pads, and people do not like to tackle him. 1st and 5 coming up for Montana. And Nick Osmo's getting for really good yardage once again. Getting about 15 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 9 coming up. They're going to try to throw the fake screen. And he's open. Once again, he's open. You just got to hit him. Make it easy on yourself. So they're fake blocking for this quick screen right here. Good. It's played pretty well by Western Carolina, but, Aaron Fonts is going to have a lane here. You put the ball a little bit lower there. This is a touchdown. A little lower there. That's a touchdown. Unfortunately, it's not. 3rd and 9 coming up for Montana. Little naked boot here. And Fife's going to try to scramble. He's going to get ran down after maybe getting a yard. They're going to kick the field goal, making it a 38-27 ball game. They take the 2-score lead on Western Carolina. Western Carolina's got the ball with 12 minutes to go. Gonna run it outside, and I don't know if Kion Loud was wrong here or something, but they took him out the play after this. They're gonna crack on the safety here for Montana, and that's gonna open up the outside lane. Kion Loud's not gonna pursue very well, and it's really good yardage for Western Carolina. Another outside run play for Western Carolina. It's not gonna be as successful this time, even though they get about 5 on 1st downs, or 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for Western Carolina. Looks like a split zone. Might have missed another false start here, but might have been a split zone type play. Really good tackle there from, who's this? It's a safety. A really good tackle here from your safety. Might be Tyson Rostad right there on that tackle. Yeah, that's Tyson Rostad. Here you go. 3rd and 9 coming up for Western Carolina. Cole Gonzalez is going to sit in there in the pocket and make a really good throw on the deep in route to his receiver. So this is a in route at about 12. He's rolling it. He's drifting it a little bit, but he gets open. He kind of pushed off on the face of Trevin Gradney. If you watch here, they had another TV copy that was better at it, but you can see this is a perfect image right there. Pushes off on the face of Trevin Gradney. It doesn't get called. He makes a really good catch. Good ball from Cole Gonzalez. And this is where he messed up. No. They missed the first one from Tamarez. You got to call that. This is unsportsmanlike, man. Like, staring him down, standing over him. They called him for unsportsmanlike. So he caught the ball, was down on the 31-yard line, and now they're back on the 46-yard line. So 15-yard penalty after that. Here you go, 1st and 10 after the penalty. And this, these are some of the throws, man. These are some of the throws. So you got what looks to be like a tight set. Well, not looks to be. It is a tight set. You got your tight end running a widened, running an arrow route down here. You got the 2 seams from your receivers. You got Tamarez and Colombo on the switch vert seams. And might even be double post type concept. So Colombo might be on the widened post, and then Tamarez might be on the inside post. Either way, Cole Gonzalez stands in the pocket, throws a beautiful ball. Beautiful ball, and a really good catch from Tamarez. This ball is dropped in the bucket. Dropped in the freaking bucket. This is Tampa 2 from Montana. So, that Tampa defender is really who you're trying to beat. So Tampa 2, flat defender, half-field safety, flat defender, deep middle hook player. That's who you got to beat. That's who you got to get the ball over. Tamarez beats him. He's supposed to be, Jackson Lee's supposed to be carrying that. He tries to, but, he's kind of got 2 in there. I don't know if the route distribution really worked out, how Western Carolina drew it up. Either way, they get in that. I mean, that's an open zone. If you can get there in the Tampa 2 defense, they get there. Great ball. Amazing ball. Really good job. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. 1st and 10 coming up for Western Carolina. And it's going to be incomplete after a little pressure from who other than Mr. Riley Wilson on maybe a hold. Might have been a hold. I think they called it. I think they ended up calling that. No, they did not. 1st and 10 coming up. Oh, yeah, they did call the hold, but I guess, was there a 17 in the game? I think they said there was another hold from the defense. I think. Yeah, I think they called it right there on Jace Klusewicz. I think they called a hold right there. Either way, there's going to be offsetting penalties. They get 1st and 10 back up. And, man, incomplete right here. So Montana's bringing pressure. They're running one high man pressure, dropping one out. And man, they're gonna try to run the spot route with the bang post coming in behind it from the number 2 receiver. Number 2 receiver Colombo coming in on the bang post. He gets to that window, but it's a little high for him. Here you go. 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. What is this? Can't even see the down and distance. I think this was a second down or 3rd down, and they're gonna run it to the running back. It might even have been a 1st down. Yeah. So this is 2nd and goal coming up. Oh yeah, because they called targeting here. So Riley Wilson got ejected from the game for a targeting right here. Helmet to the face. Not only was it a targeting, they get a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. Riley Wilson is ejected from the game. I didn't put the other view on here, but it was targeting. Trust me. And it's going to be a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handed off to their running back. He's going to get inside the 5. 2nd and goal coming up. Dropping back for, and this is the play I was talking about earlier. Dropping back for Cole Gonzalez. He gets it off to Colombo, who makes an amazing move on Mr. Rostad. This is the 2nd time this happened to him on the sidelines. He's there, but just a really good move from Colombo, who dives for the pylon for the touchdown. Really good job. So I put it on here. I mean, just broke him down, man. Broke him down. Touchdown. Really good block from number 2 as well. Might even be maybe a block in the back. But, when you're in the trenches and there's a lot of stuff going on, those refs can miss those calls. Really good dive for the pylon for Colombo. Really good job. Really good move on Mr. Rostad as well. First, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Montana's going to get a little pressure into his face. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. Montana's playing man, so nobody's got eyes on the quarterback. And he's going to run to the pylon. Really good job. The only person who had eyes on the quarterback was Jackson Lee, who's really playing in here on trying to rob anything going on. He gets in the end zone. Good job. Might even have been a late hit here that they could have called there, He threw him into the sidelines. 1st and 10 coming up for Montana. This is where, Logan Fife is going to really, really impress right here. Logan Fife, when Montana has to have it, 8 minutes to go in the game. Montana needs to put a drive together. Logan Fife is going to put a drive together. 38 to 35. He gets the ball off to your receiver, Sawyer Racanelli, who's going to get upfield for the 1st down on 2nd and 6. Here you go. There's a score to the Montana game, if anybody cares. Montana State game. Really good hurdle here from Eli Gilman. I mean, man, he just stops in his tracks. There's nowhere else for him to go. They got him bottled up, and what is he going to do? Just hurdle over him. Whoop! Really good job. They got some really good pictures of that as well. It was amazing. Here you go. I think this is a 2nd and 7. They're going to get the ball off to Keelan White down there on what looks to be, like a slant route, maybe a box route. He took the angle really, really flat on 2nd and 7, bringing up a 3rd and 2. He's going to drop back and get the ball off to Junior Bergen right there on the out route. On the out route out of the tight set. Is that a tight end down there? Is that a tight end up there? I think that's a tight end. He's really just clearing out the window for Junior Bergen on 3rd and 2. Then you got a 1st and 10. Under 6 minutes to go in the game. They're going to try to run the double pass with Junior Bergen. And, man, maybe a better ball. Keelan White could have caught this. It looked good. But, it's played pretty well by Western Carolina. Junior Bergen's got a little pressure on his face. He's not going to be able to get it to him. That stops the clock at 5 minutes and 42 seconds. They're going to hand it off to Eli Gilman to get that clock running once again. He's driving his legs, getting upfield, starting the clock back again. That brings up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 coming up, and Junior Bergen's going to run a beautiful route here. So this, I originally said it was a sail concept. It's very similar to sail, but it's more so like a flood concept. So not a naked boot, first off, because they do have a blocker out in front of them. They do get that running back out into the flats. He's your flat horizontal stretch. You get Junior Bergen on what we call a niner route, which is a deep out at about 10 yards. Rolling, he hits it at about 8, rolls to 10 yards. Really good route here from Junior Bergen. Really good route, but really good ball. And then you got, since they're in a tighter set, you run a corner here, from a deep corner from your number one. He ends up being your number one receiver. You run a deep corner with Keelan White. He runs the deep corner, and you're really reading it top to bottom. So 1, back to Junior, back to your flat if you have to. It's really supposed to go to Junior Bergen. He's really like your first read. He runs the deep out, really good route. Logan Fife throws a beautiful ball, laying it in there on the run, and they get the first down. Really, really good job there. With under 5, now they're down to 4, snapping it under 10 seconds left on the play clock. He's going to try to throw it out here to your running back on the option route. He chooses to go out, and it's incomplete on 1st and 15. Montana, once again, with the game on the line, somebody false started for Montana. That's why it's 1st and 15. It ended up not biting them, but they need to clean it up. Montana ended up with 12 penalties for 100 yards, 101 yards, and obviously Western Carolina finished with 11 with 100. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. You cannot. I mean, this is a really good. This is a good team, but you can't beat really good teams playing like that and on the penalties. You know, they're going to try to throw the screen on 2nd and 15. And they're going to lose 3 yards on that. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 18. So this is when the game could have really turned. You got a 3rd and 18, 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Somebody's got to make a play. Junior Bergen's going to get the ball into his hands. They're going to throw a quick screen to Junior Bergen. He's going to get out and get upfield, making a guy miss and getting close to the first down yardage on 3rd and 18. Bringing up a 4th and 4. And what do? Go back to the play that they know is going to work. Go back to the player that they know they can depend on. Not only as a play caller are you calling plays that you know work when the game's on the line, but you're calling players that work. And you know if everything works out right, this play is going to go to Junior Bergen, your number one receiver, your best player, one of the best players on the team. The guy who knows how to get open, the guy who you know is the player. He established himself as the guy last year. One of the guys. They got really good receivers on this team, but Junior Bergen is that guy who's going to get open when the game is on the line. And as you can see, the game is on the line right here. 4th and 4. You know, they're honestly gambling going for it. They could have kicked the field goal and took a 6-point lead, but that doesn't necessarily close out the game. Them getting a first down closes out this game. And that is exactly what they were going to do. Running the, once again, the niner route here to Junior Bergen. He puts a good move on this defender. Really good move here. Really good move. Freezes him right there. Gets open. And then let's not sleep on the ball. I mean, Logan Fife has to put, the Junior's open, but like there's a defender underneath him. Logan Fife has to put a ball in here. Understand me. Logan Fife has to put a great ball in here, and he does just that. Really good ball, really good catch to Junior Bergen. I mean, what a great play. Amazing play. That brings up 1st and goal, and they're going to run it to Nick Osmo, who's almost going to get to the end zone. He falls right outside the 5-yard line. They're going to try to run the boot quarterback keep to Fife, who's not going to be able to do anything with it. 3rd and goal coming up, and, you know, Nick Osmo's going to bounce. Looks like they're running split zone here. Not even split zone. So they're running the read where, you know, earlier in the game, Ayad had kept this, and Fife might have been able to keep this and honestly score, you know. It looks like it's open out here. There's one defender to stop him. You know, they got the block on him right there. You got your lead blocker with your tight end. He'll probably block him. This might have been a touchdown if Fife kept it. But, you know, really good block on the backside by Sawyer Racanelli. Osmo's going to bounce it outside and get into the end zone to effectively ice the game. Really good job there. They're going to go for 2 here. They originally got a penalty on a play that honestly shouldn't have been a penalty. They throw it up on the fade route. This is something that I used to run in this offense, so it's pretty cool to see somebody else completing this. I used to always get this pass on the back shoulder fade, and they get the 2-point conversion to make it an 11-point game. I don't really know why they went for the 2-point because they had a 9-point lead. They would have had a 10-point lead here. I don't know why they chose to go for 2 even after unsuccessfully getting it and then getting the penalty. Maybe this might have been an FU to the coach. Maybe this might have been an FU. This is a FU to somebody. This play, understand, they kicked the PAT. It's a 10-point game. That's a 2-score game for Western Carolina with 1:40 left. That's hard for them to come back to that. This is a FU from Coach Houck to somebody. They absolutely did not have to go for this. Coach Houck was throwing the middle finger to somebody. And obviously he would never say that, but there is absolutely no reason for him to go for this 2-point conversion. Absolutely, after getting a penalty on the play before. So, Western Carolina is going to get the ball back with about 1.5 minutes to go. I'm going to try to throw the seam route right there. Drop back for Cole Gonzalez. He's going to try to throw it to his, he's just rattled at this point. There's not really a ton of pressure on him, but, he's just not completing anything. 2nd and 10. You got a 3rd and 10 coming up. Drop him back. They do get pressure on him there. Hayden Harris is going to bring him down, but it's not a sack. I think he got a yard there. 4th and 9 coming up. He's going to throw it out to nobody. The receiver and him were on the same page. He stopped. Cole Gonzalez thought he was going to keep going. Incomplete right there on 4th and 9. And that is going to do it. Montana is going to beat Western Carolina, who was ranked number 24 for this game, 46-35. Montana put up some points against a really good team, which is not something you always see from this Montana team. But that might be the way Montana has to win this year. Montana might have to outscore teams this year. They might have to put up a lot of points. It might have to be shootouts this year. But they get the job done, 46-35 fashion. With 48 seconds left, well, now there's 48 seconds left in the game. They ended up kneeling it out, but Montana got the dub. Their first ranked victory of the season. They go into conference play 3-1. They have Eastern Washington on the red turf. A really good chance to get a dub on the red turf against a 1-3 Washington squad. We will see what happens with Kali Ayat this week. I think he got a concussion, so he's probably going to be in concussion protocol this week. We will see how that works out for them. Obviously, Riley Wilson will miss the first game of Montana, the first half for Montana as well. So we will see, but make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you guys leave a comment, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. My subscribers have been growing, my views have been growing. Help me continue to grow the channel. I thank you guys for tapping in so much. This was an amazing game to watch. I will see you guys next time. Thanks.